Hi, this is Camila McDonald coming to you live from Camila's Kitchen, live from Levels, and you are watching Big Stone TV.
I'm here right in the yard of Alton Ellis, and I'm here with Alton Ellis' firstborn. His name is Rosa Rose, that's his stage name. He's going to tell us now what his real name is in terms of his heritage. So Rosa Rose, welcome to Rise and Achievers, my brother.
Yes, thank you very much. Well, my name is Noel Ellis.
Oh, your right name is Noel Ellis. Okay. And you are the firstborn to reggae superstar Alton Ellis.
Yeah. I was 19 more away all over the place.
What are you trying to tell me, Rosa? That you have 19 other brothers and sisters?
Yeah, man, because there's 21 away, you know. So, Wally, not by England and out theater.
Now for the better youth, I see this youth, this is Alton Ellis, Christopher Ellis. Make some nice for them and original youth, man. Sing something for them and make them know, see I really.
Josh, come big up. You got the man there, my father friend. It's alright to big up. Dean Fraser, all the man there. When you sing with him, please. When you sing with him. Let me sing with my father, please. My father's name is Alton Ellis, yours sincerely, yours truly. Yeah, man. He sings something like this. Look. Girl, I've got a day. And I made what we say.
A very pleasant good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to Big Stone Television. As you know, we're continuing the series of Gone Too Soon of Jamaican greats, great singers, great record producer, and great talent. Today, we're focusing on none other than Alton Ellis. Now, who was this great singer? We consider him one of the sweetest voice of Jamaica. Alton Ellis was, beyond any doubt, Jamaica's most soulful singer ever, and his influence on the development of Jamaican music through his matchless singing and songwriting is profound. Mr. Soul of Jamaica, born Alton Nehemiah Ellis in Western Kingston on the 1st of September 1938, not only possessed one of the most expressive voices in Jamaican music, full of emotion, exuberance, and love, but also wrote some of the finest and most memorable songs in the history of reggae. He's regarded himself primarily as an interpreter of other people's material, although Alton's self-deprecation was typical of a man who did more to fashion the fabric of reggae music than many other more celebrated performers. Alton came from a musical family, and his younger sister, Hortense Ellis, appeared in 6 semi-finals and 4 finals of the V.A. Johns Opportunity Hour. Alton also triumphed in V.A. Johns' legendary talent contest, but for his dancing prowess rather than his singing skills. I won a couple of contests dancing and then switched to singing. In those days, you have a lot of harmony singers in pair, Higgs and Wilson, Blues Busters, Charmers, Clarendonians, melodians. In the early 60s, Alton formed a partnership with Eddie Perkins. The pair wrote a heart-rending ballad, Muriel, and took the song to Clement Coxson's dad, who recorded it and released it on his World Disc label. It was a huge hit, which they followed up with My Heaven. Alton and Eddie, Let Me Dream, and Love Divine for Vincent Chin. In a similar lacrimose style, at this time, no one saw the nascent Kingston music scene as a long-term prospect, and these fledgling singers, with their shared love of music, wanted nothing more than to become well-known local personalities. You're a guy from the ghetto, and you want to be on the radio, the TV, to be on the Christmas morning big concert. It was the recognition. Eddie Perkins departed for a solo career, and Alton started to work for Dad's arch rival Duke Reid, Treasure Isle label, as lead singer of Alton and the Flames. As Rocksteady came to prominence in 1966, Alton became the undisputed leader in this brand new musical field, and Treasure Isle the undisputed top studio and record label. Rocksteady allowed singers influenced by American harmony group such as The Impression to express themselves in a uniquely Jamaican way. Alton's Rocksteady 7-inch release was one of the first ever records to use the term, and his long playing Mr. Soul of Jamaica for Duke Reid is rightly regarded by the cognizant as a definite Rocksteady album. He was one of the first Jamaican singers whose song reflected local social issues, and while others remained ambivalent towards the lawless behaviors of the Rude Boys, Alton put himself in the firing line and issued a series of records, including The Preacher and Blessings of Love, that condemned their antisocial behavior. In Dance Crasher, he urged the Rude Boys to do something constructive with their lives, and instead of committing acts of negative violence, to be more like local hero Bunny Grant. But taking a stand like this in the volatile area of Kingston, where Alton lived, only served to make him another Rude Boy target. Then I got threatened a couple of times. Living in Trenchtown and being in that environment amongst the people and being an artist, I'm easy to get at. So I tell Duke Reid I would remain from singing these types of songs. In 1967, Alton was persuaded by Coxson, now running his powerful Studio One organization, to become the featured vocalist alongside Ken Boothe for the Soul Vendors UK tour, and Alton left Duke Reid and re-recorded many of his Treasure Isle hits for Coxson. The tour was an unqualified success, and Alton, Ken and the Soul Vendors returned to Kingston in triumph. Alton now began working on a series of recordings at Studio One that would enhance his reputation still. Further to some of his best work from this period can be found in 3 essential Studio One albums. Alton Ellis sings rocks and soul, the best of Alton Ellis, and Sunday Coming. Many were autobiographical love songs about his wife Pearl and the heartbeat he endured when they broke up. One of his most beautiful songs, I'm Still in Love with You Girl, was sung as a direct appeal to Pearl. I back off from that type of recording and go back to more loving sounds. But, of course, love is a fact, too, and a serious fact. It is easier for me to sit down and write a song about love than about other situations. I feel it more and express it more. I think it is in my nature. Most of these songs are a story I'm telling about my life. It's personal. As the 60s drew to a close, Alton began to freelance for a number of different producers. He interspersed romantic songs included I'll Be Waiting for Winston Techniques Riley and Too Late to Turn Back Now for Clive Trent, with more socially conscious reality lyrics such as Back to Africa and Deliver Us for Lloyd the Matador Daly. He returned to his anti-rude boy stance and admonished them once again in Big Bad Boy for Keith Hudson's Mafia label. He came to England in 1972 to record for Herb Alpert and Jerry Moss, prestigious A&M label, and after the release of Shooby-Dooby-Doo, I Love You, Alton took a permanent residence in London, where he added immeasurable to the capital's reggae scene. He recorded sparingly, but nurtured the career of others, including Janet Kay, at the beginning of her rise to Queen of Lovers Rock. Alton also organized annual Rocksteady Gala shows held at the Hammersmith Palace over in the Easter holidays in the 90s, which showcased the cream of 60s Jamaican talent in a superbly sequenced setting. In 2004, Alton was awarded the Order of Distinction by the Jamaican government in recognition for his service to the music business. 4 years later, on the 10th of October 2008, he died of cancer of the lymph glands in West London's Hammersmith Hospital. He continues to inspire a singular love and devotion amongst reggae devotees, but outside of reggae, people are aware of his music but remain unaware of the creator. I'm Still in Love with You inspired Althea and Donna 1977 worldwide smash Uptown Tap Ranking for Joe Gibbs, and the song was returned in 2004 by Sean Paul and Shasha. Their version remained on the Billboard chart for 6 months. Mad Mad, another huge hit from Alton Studio One, Sojourn became a dance hall staple in the 80s after Michigan and Smiley DJ'd the rhythm as Diseases for Henry Junja Laws. In the 90s, it went on to become a big hip-hop staple sampled by KRS-One and the Notorious B.I.G., amongst many others. To call his work influential, even seminal, barely hints at the truth. Alton Ellis is a giant, but a giant who's nowhere near as well regarded as his myriad musical achievement deserve. During his lifetime, he learned to accept this lack of recognition with a proud yet world-weary resignation. But had he worked in any other musical genre, he would be universally revered as a towering presence for shaping and making music as we know it. Wow, what a powerful voice like Alton Ellis, a man who came up to humble upbringing in Trenchtown, living in a tenement yard on 5th Street, where he joins the greats of Joe Higgs and Ken Boots and all the others, and he pulled his socks up, not becoming a rude boy as he could have easily been influenced in that day, but became a giant. We miss you, Alton. We miss the greatness that you have brought to our country, Jamaica. You have toured all over the world. You have made us proud as a nation, and we honor you in that regard. I just want to take time out and big up his son, Rosa Rose, who is still carrying the mantle, and also Christopher Ellis, the new sensation that is still carrying the mantle of their father. Alton Ellis, you came, you saw, and you conquered. What a man, what a voice, what great music. Jamaica, we should be proud to have a man who walk among us of the caliber of Alton Ellis. Walk good, great one, and tell everybody all day. Thank you so much for listening. Please like and share this video. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please, now is the time for you to do so. Thank you so much for watching.